Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're putting our feet up, grabbing a warm cup of tea, and getting ready to see GL.DauT playing as the blue Japanese take on Margougou playing as the red Mayans. Now while the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings, and try to go up to feudal as fast as possible, let's take a look at the respective civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Japanese are a civilization that, my god, do they focus on their infantry. The Japanese have access to all infantry units with all barracks and blacksmith upgrades. All of their infantry units attack 33% faster starting in feudal, which greatly benefits their unique unit, none other than the samurai, a medium infantry unit with an incredibly fast attack and a big attack bonus against other unique units. Now, to support the Japanese infantry on the field of battle, Japanese trebs can be upgraded to fire faster and pack and unpack 4 times faster. Now, the Japanese towers can also be upgraded to fire 2 extra arrows and to help them save resources to pay for their military adventures all across the map. Japanese mills, lumber camps, and mining camps are all half price. Now, opposing our blue Japanese, we have Margougou playing as the red Mayans, a civ that does what it can to push its players towards archer units. Their skirmishers can be upgraded to throw a second, albeit weaker, projectile, and their foot archers, except for skirmishers, do become progressively cheaper as the game goes on, starting in feudal, all the way up to 30% faster in imperial. This helps them mass their unique unit, the plumed archer. This is the fastest foot archer in the game and does come with a small attack bonus against infantry. Now, to support the Mayan ranged units against the enemy, Mayan walls are 50% cheaper, so archers can stay safe behind a lot of these, and you can upgrade your Eagle warriors to have the heaviest amount of HP of any Eagle warriors, up to 100 for an elite Eagle warrior. Now, to help produce as large an army as possible, Mayan resources do last 15% longer, and they do start the game with 1 extra villager, but 50 less food. Now, you can use this extra villager as a launching pad to get to feudal as fast as you possibly can, so that you can start benefiting from the cheaper foot archers of the Mayans. So, I'm expecting a very fun game anytime you have 2 players with elos like this, basically similar. GL.DauT sitting at 24-13, Margougou sitting at 24-26. You expect to have a pretty good game. For now, both players have explored their immediate surroundings. GL.DauT first out onto the map with his scout, this one red eagle warrior. Let's see if he's heading northwest or if he's continuing to circle to create a Danish looping pattern around his base. Nope. Looks like he's actually heading to explore his opponent's base. So while the players continue establishing themselves, let's take a look at where they've actually spawned. Margougou, very open to the north, incredibly open to the west. So both portions of his base facing his opponent, very open. Front-facing primary gold might be a problem for him. Very wise to start walling it off. Does not want this gold to fall into enemy hands. Primary stone, nice and secure in the back. We'll see if he decides to make use of that. Sheep a little bit far off campus. Might want to move them in lest they get poached by this one Japanese scout. Our blue Japanese sitting on basically a similarly open base. South, completely open. East, easier to wall off. West and north, completely open. His primary gold a little bit more secure, although would do well to take this hill, make sure his opponent doesn't set up shop anywhere nearby. You do not want to lose your primary gold. Primary stone a little bit off campus, not the end of the world, though. I would give a base advantage here to GL.DauT. His primary gold is secure in the back. He can wall off a little bit easier at least one of the 2 avenues of attack for his opponent, whereas red is going to have to invest a lot of resources, a lot of lumber into securing his base for now. 2 villagers starting to mine gold for him as he clicks up to feudal on the back of 19 villagers. Excuse me. Our blue Japanese player sitting at 23 villagers, or rather going up to 23 villagers, nowhere close to going up to feudal. Still about 180 food, although he is putting on the pressure. This basically explains why he's not going up to feudal. He is trying to bust his way in here, but without ranged units, these efforts are fruitless. That one villager can repair the palisade all the live long day. And now with a mining camp, does manage to create a little mining enclave for himself. Same thing here with the berries, although a little exposed here to the south. And yeah, like we predicted, DauT immediately securing the eastern frontier of his base. Let's take a look at what our players have seen of each other. Our Mayan, first to reach feudal, has seen the extremities of his opponent's base, saw a farm, a house, a barracks, so he knows exactly where his opponent should be. Plus, this one Eagle Scout is slowly but surely, with an incredibly long spear, making his way into further scouting territory. DauT, sitting basically at the exact same level of scouting, has seen a bunch of houses. Mining camp has seen the mill here for his opponent, so he should know that the town center is somewhere in this dead zone that he is not scouted, and not scouted wisely, lest his scout cavalry take a bunch of archer fire. These two men-at-arms, militia rather, 50 seconds away. We'll see if he upgrades them to men-at-arms. Excuse me, I don't know why my throat is so scratchy. I'm going to take a very quick glass of water while we continue watching these two militias try to bust their way in. Margougou needs to pay a bit more attention here, although with an archer, may want to let his militia actually get in there, so that he can start sniping them. Yeah, now that the two archer, or rather one archer and one spearman are out, these militias are basically dead weight. They are not going to accomplish anything. I'm surprised Red is even running away from them. Another archer comes out, so now for sure all Japanese aggression has ceased. Margougou says, "Get the F out of my base." While DauT continues a massive construction undertaking. You guys know my opinion about these kinds of wall offs. Where the hell is the closest villager to help stop against any kind of incursion to the south here? For now, she is going around and around and around to the far west edges of the base. DauT grabbing a nice giant chunk of the map for himself on the back of 25 villagers. Our Mayan player is caught up, although DauT immediately takes another villager lead. This one militia, I guess he's not afraid of the archers. He's coming back here with his massive 0 kills. And for now, Margougou, having killed the other militia, sits at a 2, or rather 1. Now it's a 2-kill advantage. And now he's circling DauT's base with 3 archers and an eagle warrior. Okay, but the skirmishers come out, should be able to push away these Mayan archers together with the scout, who unfortunately is countered by the spearman here. I don't know that DauT should really chase into this. He's sitting at half the army supply, at least on the screen that we're watching, and that half of that army supply is skirmishers, which are not exactly fantastic at killing anything other than feudal age archers. More blue dots, so he's gathering more and more skirmishers. He's looking to do quantity over quality. Is our blue Japanese, who is now getting fletching. So these elite skirmishers, okay, well, if your opponent doesn't move, your ranged units will eventually kill him. One more kill and the kill count will be even at 2. I was gonna say, where is DauT's wall off here to the north? And immediately a villager moves away from, what was this villager doing? Lumberjacking? Oh, look at this little enclave that he created for 2 villagers here. Fantastic little play here. Resource gathering time definitely optimized for our blue Japanese, who is now getting archer armor as well. So these skirmishers are going to be a little bit more powerful. Not the end of the world for our red Mayan, though, who is taking a military lead. Villager count identical. Our Mayan looks, based on his food count, like he wants to go up to castle. We'll see if he actually continues gathering the resources or if he starts investing more in military. He is starting to come under attack here by 6 skirmishers that are actually quite well upgraded for this stage of the game. +1/+1. His own archer sitting at no upgrades, although quantity, again, beats quality. And the one scout does die, his body decomposing into the green Arabian lush grassland. Okay, we'll see what he can do with these skirmishers. Again, they're not going to kill anything, in my opinion. And now with 3 eagles, these skirmishers are in a huge amount of trouble, although one eagle does immediately die. I forgot that these are scouts. These are not eagle warriors. And our Mayan is up to castle, so far ahead of our Japanese. DauT 500 food away from being even able to think about going up, although does he even need to? He's coming forward with 10 skirmishers. Their HP is down 20%, but doesn't matter. Where is Red's army? It says he's got 11 military supply, 3 eagles in the queue, 9 archers. There's only... oh no, they're all here. Sometimes the units clump up, sometimes it's hard to see, as I'm sure anyone who's played this game is aware of. But yeah, look at this. Look how little damage they're actually doing to these villagers. Might even want to use some of these villagers to surround these skirmishers for now. Taking terrible trades is our Red Mayan, who is losing Eagle Scouts to our skirmishers. That villager, how many volleys did she take and still survives? Margougou throwing away these eagles one at a time. I'm not too sure this is the right play for him, although he is moving out with his own band of 9 archers. Sneaky skirmishers moving to the north of his base, though. We'll see what they can accomplish. Are there any villagers here in harm's way? Oh, this villager has just shown us that this is not walled off. Is Margougou paying attention? For his sake, I should hope he is. DauT 2 minutes away from castle. Let's see what our Red Mayan can do here. He is going up to... did he lame this? Yeah, he lamed the deer. Okay. He is going up the crossbows, as I was about to say, and bodkin. So these are going to be nice and upgraded. And slowly but surely, losing 1 eagle at a time does manage to at least tickle away at the HP. And now 2 eagles should be well enough, strong enough, although anything really would be strong enough when your opponent isn't actually firing back at you. What the hell is Blue doing? Is he focused here on these skirmishers? Is he focused on his own production? Stables going down, 2 of them. But we've got 9 Mayan crossbows with reinforcements streaming across the map. Would love to see some villagers coming out here, maybe building some kind of supporting structures. And now he's inside his base, but he's got to be careful. You guys know my opinions. Always be careful when entering your opponent's base. You have no clue what's about to pop the hell out of his archery ranges. If these crossbows had entered his base, they would have been surrounded, and the trap would have been sprung. And together with the town center fire, they would have nowhere to go. They would all be dead right now. But the eagles show up right in time. Mary and Pippin are looking to the sky, yelling that the eagles are coming. And indeed, they are, streaming across the map, 1 at a time. A second town center going up for our Red Mayan, who has now secured the extremities on the east and the north of his base. The west is completely open. He is posturing as a player does when they want to be aggressive, so he does not want to start walling off, spending any resources to wall off the western portion of his base, because he needs as much. Take a look at his wood count, is sub 100. He needs as much as he possibly can for his military production. Not a bad move, whereas DauT has expended all of his wood, also at sub 100, but sneaky. What does he have in these stables? He's got 7 Japanese knights. They are soon going to have a nice armor defense on them. +2 armor. These knights should be able, together with the skirmishers, get everything here. Our Mayan should lose all of this. Oh, let's keep an eye on this little battle here. The knights to the north taking care of the eagle warriors. And now the skirmishers will chase away these crossbows. Only the fantastic micro out of our Red Mayan player has managed to save the majority of his units. Otherwise, these would have been completely dead. Anyone else other than a player with this kind of elo would have lost. A third town center going up for our Red Mayan. Not a fan of this location when you got the stone over here. I mean, town center over here might have been a little bit better. Gives you access to the same forest, but also gives you access to the stone. But our Japanese player not deterred, moving forward with 4 knights and a skirmisher. But now the monk gets a convert. DauT, though, does not care. He knows he's got the numbers. but has to run away. A fully garrisoned, or rather a garrisoned town center will shoo him away. Second town center going up for our blue Japanese, who is doubling down on knights, going up to 8. Villager count, our red Mayan is very much ahead by about 10%, 57 to 52. How's the HP on these knights? Not bad, down only 100. And even though he's got the lower army supply, the units that he has are actually stronger. This is still an Eagle Scout. He is, instead of upgrading them to Eagle Warriors, choosing to get farming upgrades. And now these knights are going to circle north. We'll keep an eye on them, see what they can accomplish. This one knight did he see the other knights, or is this just a lucky move out? Yeah, he must have seen the other knights. 2 monks should be able to get 2 converts here. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. I think the Mayan monks, they don't have redemption, right? So they cannot convert stables. They cannot get shallot riders, which are basically the Mesoamerican versions of knights. But what he definitely can do is convert these Japanese knights. And these knights have to be careful. I mean, at this stage of the game, their armor is good, but it's not the best against fully garrisoned town centers. So if he keeps running face first into this arrow fire, I mean, the arrows have to connect, right? But good use of 1 Eagle Warrior to keep these knights within the firing range of the town center. Brilliant play here, actually. A nice sacrifice by Margougou, who is now moving forward with his own army. But as I was saying, the knights cannot yet take on a town center, or should not even be engaging under a town center. Although, pretty silly loss of a mangonel out here in the middle of the map, unsupported by anything other than 3 knights. And now he's circling around back. HP dog shit at about 60% of what it should be. But we'll see if he circles all the way up north. This is a long distance for these knights to come back. Let's see if they take on this dire wolf. No, now it's going to chase them. This is the best part of the game. Or one of the best parts of the game. Oh, he is not relenting, this wolf. Yeah, this is a stark wolf. It remembers. Terrible shot by the mangonel. Absolutely horseshit. Misses all of the crossbows. Oh, and finally she does die. This poor wolf. Oh, that was a much better shot here by GL.DauT. Much better shot. Does get a bunch of HP. 30% down in HP. Will the monk get a convert before he bites the dust? He does not. Okay, bad pathing here by GL.DauT. Should have continued moving west instead of trying to move through the center of the map. The center of the map is full of Mayan crossbows, although now with 2 mangonels. Let's see what he can actually accomplish here. Margougou blocked at 120 supply. GL.DauT struggling to get over 100. Does get 1 crossbow, who bow-leggedly dies, with his weapon of war also disintegrating into the sands, the grass. The grass of time doesn't sound quite as dramatic as the sands of time. These knights need some attack upgrades. Oh, beautiful shot here by these mangonel. Let's see if they get a few more. They do. I think GL.DauT can engage into this. This is 550 HP of crossbows, 260 of knights, against 1500 HP of knights and 4 mangonels. So yes, you will lose 1, maybe 2 or 3 knights to converts, but the remainder of your knights should wipe the Mayan red army off the face of the earth, especially if your mangonels can stop any further converts. But for now, GL.DauT, playing a little bit cautious, is circling. Horses winning. Now the villagers are moving forward. He's got exactly enough stone to build a castle. GL.DauT and his castles. Let's take a look at this castle if it goes up. Sorry, guys, I keep saying castle, castle, castle. Repeating myself. Okay, destroys his 2 houses. Not a bad move here by Margougou. Does need a lot of room to maneuver with these crossbows. Does not want to get caught in any kind of alleyway, but he's got to be careful. 2 mangonels die for the price of 1. Fantastic trade for Margougou. Gets a 3rd. Should get the 4th. Oh, goodness. And now the dynamic has changed, although I still think this is more than enough Knights, look at this, 1700 HP of knights against 600 HP of crossbows, and a castle. But the Mayan castle should go up. There's nothing that DauT can do unless he wants to lose half of these knights to stop this castle, and I don't know if that's a good trade for him at all. In the meantime, 3 town centers for our Japanese, 4 for our Mayan. Villager count 105 to 92, so our Mayan is taking a good advantage in villager count. DauT just about to get enough stone for another castle. Very aggressive placement here, right in the face of his opponent. 35 minutes into the game, he's now plopped down 2 castles. Does either one here have an advantage? What is this? 5 HP each shot, 9 HP per shot. So it seems like our red castle does have a +1 attack upgrade. Everything else seems to be the same, but yeah, it does seem like it is on the higher ground. And what the hell are these knights doing, just hanging out here? Bait for the monks? Remember, Mayan walls are 50% off. Buy one, get one free, basically. So Mayans should build, in theory, a shit ton of walls. Almost 2,000 HP of knights. Where are these mangonels going? A very defensive castle going up for our red Mayan. Not a bad location at all. What is he building here? Barracks. Okay, so I hope we're going to get to see a bunch of Eagle Warriors. Nope, we're going to see the pikeman upgrade. And he is going up to Imperial. DauT nowhere close to Imperial. He needs another 800 food. He needs another 400 gold or so. But the knights are inside Margougou's base. Oh, what a fantastic, lucky time to finish that castle. And now these knights have to scramble. They are surrounded by town centers, but they are going to massacre these villagers. 13 kills on them so far. Let's take a look at the end of the day. Actually, that's not a good indicator because some of these knights will die and their kills will die with them. Let's take a look at the Eco KD here. 26 kills for DauT so far. These 2 castles continuing to tickle away at each other, but the knights are in. But again, you're getting villagers and you're losing knights. 1900 HP of knights has become 800 HP of knights. So he has lost more than half of his military here, and whatever is left, take a look at these health bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are basically on death's door. Some reinforcements streaming across. Will they catch this monk? Will he be is he paying attention? Is either one paying attention here? Yes, Margougou the first. But unfortunately for him, these knights are way too far away. I like that DauT is thiefing the gold here for his from his opponent. Okay, does manage to get a convert, it looks like. A second convert. So these monks are going to die, but they do pay for themselves in terms of the converts that they have. Players disengaged. Let's take a very quick look at production facilities here. Our blue Japanese 4 archery ranges. Excuse me. Still sitting on the original 2 stables. What is he building in here? Elite skirmishers. Our red Mayan. 5 barracks, 3 archery rangers. So both players sitting at basically very similar building counts. Having reached Imperial first, Margougou, unsurprisingly, the first out with the Treb. And take a look at his army supply. Double that of his opponent. Although villager count here, he took a massive beating, lost 30 some odd villagers, and now he is very much in pain when it comes to civilian population. Needs to replenish. He's building 1 villager at a time. That is not enough, and now he's gonna get sandwiched. Oh no. DauT, I wish he would micro his skirmishers better. You don't want all of them shooting at one target like they're doing now. That is a waste of skirmishers, although it doesn't really matter. This blue wave is just swarming over those red crossbows. What does he have here? A house, an outpost, another outpost. So take a look at DauT's vision here. I'm going to zoom out. Look at this vision, these horns, these flanking outposts. He sees everything. Our red Mayan confined to this one little blob of space that he sees. Although with this castle here, having lost his castle rather, DauT is in trouble. Loses the second castle as well. Look at them just hanging out watching these villagers like, hey, buddy, I'm trying to build a town center here. Hello. What are you doing? Get the hell out of the way. But no, blue is definitely not going to get the hell out of the way. Blue is going to continue being annoying, thieving these very precious resources. Where the hell are you going, Mr. Mango? Where the hell are you going? DauT finally clicking up to Imperial, getting squires, getting scale barding armor. So he wants to have faster, tankier infantry. Not a surprise. Ugh, does lose this mangonel for literally nothing. Finally, Margougou realizes that these villagers are here. Finally brings in some units. This is now an Eagle Warrior. That upgrade is not expensive at all. I'm shocked when players don't really get it much earlier. And now skirmishers are going to start fighting halberdiers, and we've entered the 43-minute mark of the game with a semi-kind of trash war. Yeah, these skirmishers are going to slowly die. This one villager, poor villager, pays the price. She tries desperately to defend this Treb. And now our red Mayan, done seemingly with upgrades, is now just pumping out eagles. The slowest battle in the world. If this knight wasn't here, it would take about 7 hours for that battle to culminate. Okay, maybe you want to kill your opponent's villagers first here, but these outposts are finally sneaking around the back here to the north, so DauT will see everything, although the front of his base is now under attack, but under attack by halberdiers with no attack upgrades. So yeah, not exactly the 1-2 punch that Margougou needs to end this game. What could be the 1-2 punch, though, is 30 Eagle Warriors with their 7 freaking Pierce armor against elite skirmishers that attack on a 6 with no perceptible attack bonus against Eagle Warriors whatsoever. These Eagles are just gonna swarm these guys. You love to hear that little poking and prodding sound. Yeah, we know what's going to happen here. You can run away into your alley as much as you want, but these Eagles, although, well, you know, 28 is not a bad number. Now we've got Japanese samurais out. Oh, look at him checking his sword. Is it still sharp? They're all checking their swords. They want to behead their enemy. They want to get into that battle, and now we've got elite Eagle Warriors. You can tell by the cool upgrades to their outfits, and now samurais are fighting elite Eagle Warriors. These are not unique units, I don't believe. So the plus 10 or plus 12, whatever it is, the attack bonus that samurais get does not affect their battle with the Eagle Warriors, unless I'm completely mistaken. But what does help is the incredibly fast attack speed. Oh, pays the price. Bleeds out. DauT with a defensive castle to protect the gold. Not a bad idea, having lost control of this gold. And now his villagers are the ones hanging out, watching, hoping, praying that they can do something. But no. Oh, God, these elite Eagle Warriors find the stone pile. And now they're inside the base. And now Eagles are doing what Eagles do, which is basically raiding the shit out of their opponents. But will the Japanese samurai... I don't know why I keep saying Japanese samurai. There's no other samurai in the game. The samurai are making their way over... Although at a 1.1 speed. Where are these Eagles going? Margougou maybe not paying enough attention here. These samurai are going to slaughter the Eagles. My God, did you see how fast they just shredded through those guys? That is the power of the samurais, slowly marching with their horned helmets, their hands on their katanas, ready to take down whatever enemy their shogun tells them to do, to kill. And now one samurai takes a stand. This is a Thermopylae King Leonidas samurai. Does ultimately end up paying the price, but not before he takes out what looks like 2 or 3 or 4 eagles on his own. But how will DauT respond to all this raiding? We've got little clumps of eagles. It's so freaking annoying to deal with. Neither player really investing in upgrades at the moment, except for Margougou, who's getting conscription. So his units are going to get produced a little bit faster. And now we've got Japanese Trebs. I don't think we saw the Kataparuto upgrade just yet. So these are just basic Trebs that are attacking at the basic speed 2 trebs from our Mayan player will take down this castle. You can have 5 villagers repairing it. You can have 300 stone in the bank, but 2 trebs, especially a third now coming, will get rid of that. 1 treb on the other hand. Oh, look at all these samurai. Oh, you love to see this unit. You know, when I was first starting to play, a little side anecdote while these players, I guess, circle around each other. Oh, and we've got plumed archers. Oh, you love to see them. They do have a small attack bonus. Should be +2. Yes, +2 against infantry. Oh, what a fun game. What an absolute treasure of a game. Japanese, I keep saying Japanese samurai against plumed archers and eagle warriors, but as I was saying, when I first started playing this game, I did not like infantry. They were slow. They were, of course, the most powerful units, but they were slow, hard to maneuver. But my God, as I get older, do I appreciate units like the samurai. The eagle warriors, I don't know that you can really count them as infantry per se, you know, infantry qua infantry. They are designed to replace cavalry in a sense. Oh, arms thrown up in the air, katana by his side. This Japanese samurai pays the price, but now we've got skirmishers from our Japanese taking on these plumed archers. Oh God, they're so freaking fast. My God, the Japanese do suffer from a lack of speed here based on what he's building. And so our red Mayan can, in theory, run circles around his opponent. But look at this attack speed. Where is the attack speed? 1.4 seconds between attacks. Okay, what is he moving in here? Okay, he's responding the way he knows how, which is scout cavalry that in 30 seconds or so will be light cav. But his castles are under attack. The Japanese fortifications, remember, they do not get hussars, so light cav is the best he's going to get. Although, does he care? 49 army supply to 63. These, excuse me again. I don't know why I keep coughing. The remnants of a cold from bygone eras. These samurai are just so ridiculously fast. If you think that attack speed is not the biggest of deals, my God, can I introduce you to a samurai? Light cav streaming across now. What are their upgrades? Not the best. +1, +2. Not exactly the killer light cav that it can be. House is coming under attack by 1. A very lazy plumed archer that does not want to join his compatriots, although finally does. Decides to leave the house alone. And what do we got here? Well, let's take a look at the actual militaries. We've got 30 elite skirmishers for our Japanese player, together with 21 samurai. I had to struggle really hard there not to say Japanese samurai, but our Mayan going up to 28 eagles, 32 plumed archers. Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't know why. I was pretty stupid, I guess, when I was younger, you know, not liking infantry. Who doesn't want to play cavalry? Who doesn't want to play ranged units? But when you see these Japanese samurai, you know, hands on swords, checking the swords to make sure that they're nice and sharp. Like I said, they're shogun ready to point them in the direction of our Mayan player. Not exactly a battle that took place in real history, but enough of them moving in here, shoo away these elite eagle warriors. Our red Mayan now supply capped at 200. DauT just about to reach 200. I keep seeing this camp under attack by what? 1 crossbow. Okay. A remnant of an earlier age in the game, and these eagles need to do something. They need to raid. They need to run circles around these Japanese units. Otherwise, he can't really take on a full frontal engagement here. Margougou has the numbers, but the elite skirmishers are going to, 40 of them are going to zone out 25 plumed archers. Let's take a look at the Japanese armor. 5 pierce armor is pretty damn good. 4 melee armor. He's moving forward with his trebs, though. Doesn't really seem like he knows what to do with them at the moment. Margougou hesitating, moving left, moving right. Pick a lane and just attack. You have got a good amount of resources, as does DauT. Can replenish. Remember these... Oh, he is losing way too many plumed archers. These plumed archers are 30% off, which does help defray the cost. They are not a cheap unit without that discount. Loses a town center, but... runs into the safety of a castle. What is DauT building here? More and more stables. Okay, he's transitioning to trash. He is transitioning 58 villagers, 59 into food. These eagles might think about fighting back. And our samurai count has been knocked down to 9, but 38 elite skirmishers, 19 light cav, with finally a +2 attack upgrade, 30 seconds away from blast furnace. That is a long research to get. Rather, upgrade to research, not a research to get. That is not English. We'll lose 1 treb. And now Red Minus supply cap, throwing away a bunch of trash units here. Oh, you do not want to be fighting samurai with halberdiers, my friend. That is not a fight you are going to win. But Eagles slowly starting to pick away at the civilian population of DauT. Look at the civilian kills now. 84 for our Red Mayan. DauT only killing 20 or so more than he had when his knights raided the shit out of this location. But he's got to be careful. He can't lose these elite skirmishers. Although he is building 34 Eagle Warriors is our Red Mayan. DauT only producing 5 light cav at a time. Oh, I hope we're not going to see a GG soon. I hope we're going to see a nice, long, protracted battle between these two civs. Look how much fun this is. I mean, samurais against Eagle Warriors, backed up by plumed archers, attacked by elite skirmishers, castles, light cav. Oh, I want this game to go on for 5 more hours. But DauT not rebuilding his villager count at 111. Margougou, though, sitting at only 114. Oh, no. Right as I say I want the game to last longer, it ends. Margougou taking the victory, inserted himself. Look at the mini-map. Look how much empty space he's created here. He's pushed DauT back. He's inserted himself into the western portion of his base. He's now going to defend himself with a castle, create another avenue of attack here from the south of DauT's base. These villagers are going to be in jeopardy. Although, look at the amount of units streaming. I'm not sure I like the idea of a halberdier here. You know your opponent doesn't really have hussars. You don't really see any hussars on the field of battle. There's really only 7 of them. Light cav. So you've got 400 gold, so you can build a few more eagles. You don't really need to start spamming halberdiers at this moment. In any event, doesn't really matter. Does win the game, does Margougou. Let's take a look at the numbers. 180 elite skirmishers, 193 elite eagle warriors. APM fairly relaxed for our blue Japanese, pretty decent, pretty high for our red Mayan. Let's take a look at the stats. Let's look at the economy. Not the end of the world here. What is this, about 5,000 difference? Although without the relic gold, it goes up to about 7,500 difference. A lot more wood. A shit ton more food for our Japanese player. Not surprisingly, having transitioned into light cav. But take a look at this. This number is the killer. 25,000 gold to 15,000. Even without this 2,400, that's 7,600 gold advantage to our red Mayan. Stone count also about 1 castle's difference. Converts 7, not the craziest of monk play in this game. Kill count nice and juicy. 427 kills for our Japanese, 466 for Margougou. 61 villager kills to 90. So let's take a look. That means it's about 360 and it's about 370. So military counts actually pretty identical here, or rather military kill counts pretty identical for both players. But Margougou showing us the power of the Mayan backbone here. Take a look at this spine that he built himself. Let's take a look at how many ultimately production buildings he had. Only 3 ranges, 6 barracks. Oh no, 6 barracks plus these 5. So 11 barracks in total. I was wondering, I didn't think 6 barracks was enough, but take a look at castle count. 5 castles, 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5th being plopped down, and a 6th defensive castle. This one was fantastic when the Trebs came out, destroyed DauT's front castles here. I mean, DauT is streaming units to the side. Not the move you want to make when your opponent is shoving into the guts of your base. At that point, the cheeky little side attacks by a few light cav are not going to win you the game. You need to hammer this nail down. You need to destroy everything that comes at you here. DauT has a pretty good amount of food and wood. Could have continued to build. Where are his production facilities? I mean, they're nice and safe for now, right? This is nowhere near where these trebuchets are. And what did he have here? He's got 4 archery ranges, and not the end of the world. Still, okay, no, he built 2 more stables. I think he could have prolonged the war a little bit. He could have maybe traded out some trash units. These Mayan plumed archers are not exactly at amazing HP, but look at this, 89 kills for this battalion of 18 plumed archers, only 9 for these 19 Elite Eagle warriors. They are fresh-faced recruits. They have not yet had time to massacre these unfortunate Japanese villagers. This one halberdier says, fuck you to this lumber camp in particular. And now DauT has basically been pushed into a corner. And now that he's been pushed into a corner, even though he's got a castle here, he's got a town center here, so well defended by some static defense, there is really nothing he can do to catch up. Any production that he pumps out of these buildings is immediately going to die. And if he doesn't, if he waits to accumulate them, to mass them, he's just going to give his opponent way too much time to destroy his base. He's going to lose the 1 relic that he did gather to the 3 of his opponent. Overall, Margougou taking the brunt of some very fun aggression out of DauT. 2 very fun forward DauT castles taken down. Does he know about this expansion here to the side? He does not. Okay. Once he saw the GG, once he returned to map, he must have seen this little expansion and gone, oh geez, I am lucky that he tapped out. Otherwise, imagine 4 light cav at a time starting to start. Oh my god, guys, my English sometimes after a long day is not the best. But 4 stables starting to pump out light cav 4 at a time. Why did he not take the relic? Questions. You know, it's always fun to watch these games. I never ever try to second guess. There's always people who think they know everything about Age of Empires. They always know the answer. They always know why a player GG'd, why a player did a certain thing. I never try to get inside their heads unless there's something very fun that happens. I prefer more to sit back, enjoy, and just watch these, for example, samurai shred the shit out of some Elite Eagle warriors. Oh, look at these guys. You can see the dust coming up. They are heads down, horns up, hands on their katanas, ready to cause a frickin' ruckus here. Unfortunately, there's only 2 of them. One of them basically dead. 2 kills for him, 4 kills for this guy. But they are about to enter into the game's most heavily veteraned plumed archers with 89 kills, 16 villagers, 73 military kills. And yeah, I just, I can ask for days, why did he not produce anything out of here? Why didn't he take this relic? None of those questions really matter. At the end of the day, DauT taps out. Margougou, having shoved himself into the side of DauT's base, destroyed his infrastructure, and starting to pressure the center of his base, takes the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.